Hello and welcome back to the SuperCoach with Harry podcast for week 3 of the NRL season. Week 3 is one of the most important weeks of the SuperCoach season, and to go through it all with me, making his return to the podcast, Brad. Hey mate, how you going?
Yeah, good.
How's the team travelling?
We're going all right. Ranked in the 30,000s in our league. No, number two, but still going better than this one. So
We actually play each other in head-to-head this week, so it'll be an interesting matchup.
looking forward to it.
Giving all our trade secrets away before the match, but all the cards on the table, I like it. So we'll have a quick, brief look over the teams for the weekend. So on Thursday night, Noel Martin has kept his right edge spot for the Raiders. And for the Bulldogs, they'll just play their second game of the week. But any Bulldogs you want, you can wait another week.
That's exactly right.
For the Roosters, the guy you were very high on, Reece Robson, returns this week.
Right.
Excited about that?
I'm very excited as a Rooster standpoint. Hasn't made it into my Supercoach team, but from a Rooster fan standpoint, very excited.
Pretty disappointing for anyone that went Benai, though, isn't it? He's been dropped to jersey 19.
Look, I was never on him. I know you weren't on him either, but yeah.
Trap.
Yeah.
And at the Panthers, Liam Martin comes back on the edge with Isaiah Popoli keeping the left back row spot, and Luke Garner dropping to the bench. Interesting there. Melbourne are looking to go 3 wins on the trot with no real Supercoach news. And for the Broncos, representative centre Gemmet Shibasaki has been dropped, with Dean Mariner moving to the centres and Grant Anderson to make his club debut on the wing. Now, the big Supercoach news out of this, Adam Reynolds was originally named to play, since been ruled out. Reece Walsh picks up the goal-kicking duties.
Interesting, eh?
Could be a captaincy option this week. Obviously against Melbourne, but they still let in 20 points against the Dragons, so it's not like they're defending great.
Yeah. It wasn't until the end of that game that the Storm really took off.
And Walsh, if you weren't an owner, I'd be pretty scared.
Yeah.
Especially with the run coming up. Callum Ponga and Dylan Brown both out for the Knights. Are you an owner of either of them?
Neither.
Good one.
Yeah.
Fletcher Sharp returns this week at 5'8".
I do like Fletcher Sharp. I had him last year. Obviously, he rose a bit in cash last year. Don't know if he's worth the price point yet, but definitely going to be monitoring his situation.
Yeah, we can wait a week, can't we, with the price changes? And Tane Tuapiki gets another chance at fullback with Chance Nickel Clockstad out with a HIA. He's one I'm interested in because he has the CT Dub duel. So if he was to lock down that fullback role, a fullback in CT Dub is always gold in Supercoach.
Yeah. Yep.
Sharks and Dolphins, no changes. Jamie Humphries comes in at number 7 for the Rabbitohs, as well as Tals Duncan being promoted to the right edge back row. And for the Tigers, Taylor May's out with Jarrell Skelton named at centre. But I think he'll end up playing on the wing with Taruva at centre like they did last week when May went off injured. One that you do own, Jermaine Hopgood returns for the Eels.
Yes.
With Jack DeBellin being moved back to the bench. Do you still own Hopgood?
I still own Hopgood. Held on to him throughout the suspension, the 1 week.
Okay, very good.
Looking forward to his return.
And for the Dragons, Jacob Little's back on the bench, which will be interesting to see Ryan Couchman's minutes too.
Yeah.
That forward rotation there. And the last game of the week, Zach Laybutt returns to the Cowboys side on the bench with Purdue and Chester holding on to their starting centre spots.
Yeah, that last minute news.
Yes. The latest news is that Drinkwater may be rested with Purdue to go to fullback. And for any Purdue owners, you would know that in Vegas, when he moved to fullback for 15 minutes, that was when he scored almost his entire 40 points.
Yeah.
So if he's a fullback, honestly, if you're a gambling man, he'd be a captaincy option against that Titans defense. Sunday, 6:15, but we'll wait and see. And for the Titans, Jaden Campbell has been named to return from the bench in jersey 19. So that's all the team news. So on to the next segment, a new segment to the show called Money Talks, where we will look over the players who look to make the most cash this week and potentially lose the most cash this week. So firstly, the money makers.
Yep.
At number 1, I've got Sua Falongo.
Yep.
Negative 110 break even. If he's to ton up again this week, he looks to make 170k plus with price rises to come. Are you an owner, and do non-owners need to buy?
I think it's a no-brainer. If you're a non-owner, get on him. But I've owned him from the start, so
Oh, so you're on.
Yeah, right. I had him from the start. Yeah,
Okay.
I chose him over Keeney, and I feel like I made the right decision at the start of the season.
Well, that's if I'm to get him, I think Kinney will be the one that has to go.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's a must-have, you think?
I believe he's a must-have.
Righto. Number 2, Noel Martin, negative 103 break even. If he just scores base alone, he's going to make 127k this week. Is he a no-brainer as well?
Look, they're all going to be. I feel like they're all going to be no-brainers to me, but definitely Noel Martin as well.
Okay.
I think what he's been putting out been crazy.
And I think it bodes well that Simi Sasangi's staying in the centres.
Yeah.
Sort of in his more minutes there.
Yes.
The next one, I'm going to put them together. It's Lasardi at the Storm and Ryan Couchman at the Dragons. Do you own either? Do you own none of them? What is your plan with...
Look.
Obviously, we just named 3 3 second row cheapies.
Yeah.
Do you want to get all of them? Are you happy to get 2?
I've actually got all of them.
You've got all 3?
I've got all 3. I think I started with Ryan and Noah, and I brought Lasardi in last week as just a gamble. Didn't know what he was going to be like, and then obviously Joe Chan's there, and what's his name, the other Storm guy,
Lasardi. Sean Bloor.
Sean Bloor being injured.
Got injured last week,
but
yeah.
now the injury is a bit of a question mark, so still not too sure what's going on with him. But I brought him in anyways. I don't have a plan just yet, but they're putting out good SuperCoach numbers. It's not like I can't play them on my field. Play them on my field at any given time.
They're all playable options.
Yeah. So I've got no plan. We'll see when they start to plateau, and then I'll go from there.
But you would suggest getting all 3? I think I'm going to get all 3.
I've got all 3, and I'd suggest it.
Okay. And then the last one, a bit further down, but an interesting one for this week. Tanner Boyd at the Warriors. Negative break-even of 41 and averaging 111. For any Sam Walker owners out there, could he be a quick cash grab to then get Sam Walker back with Walker's upcoming run as well?
Look, I do have Sam Walker. I don't anymore, and I didn't swap him out for Tanner Boyd.
So Tanner Boyd wasn't an option?
I didn't even look at him.
Okay.
I didn't even look at him. I don't think he's consistent enough as a player in previous seasons. Look, it's something that I can watch, but he's gonna make money next week.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's something I can heavily rely on.
It's a shame he's only available at halfback. If he was available at 5'8", it'd be a lot more interesting.
That's exactly right. But there's so many halfback options, gun halfback options as well, that you're going to look at and go, oh, is it worth it?
Tanner Boyd probably isn't the one I want to be banking on.
Exactly.
All right, so we get on to the monster break-evens. The highest one this week, Scott Drinkwater with a break-even of 171. I jumped off last week when it was confirmed he wasn't goal kicking. Is he just an auto sell?
I'd think so.
Yeah?
I'd think so.
All right. Number 2, which has become very interesting, is Reece Walsh. 130 break even. Are you an owner?
I don't own him. I did look at him. I wouldn't sell him.
If you owned, you wouldn't sell.
If I owned, I wouldn't sell.
But as a non-owner, does the Adam Reynolds news now make you want him more?
Oh, 100%. That goal kicking duties is just going to up his value.
And then I think they've got Cowboys next week, Dolphins, and then Titans.
I was a bit skeptical over who was going to have the goal kicking duties for the Broncos at the start of the season. I didn't know with the announcement of Adam Reynolds retiring if they were going to slowly transition to Reece Walsh anyways. So look, it's something that I saw coming, and I feel like it might change throughout the season.
So you'll be looking to get him in a few weeks.
Maybe.
Brave man.
I've got Tommy Turbo at the moment, so you know he is in injuries, and he's doing okay for me at the moment. So there's no need for me to trade him out. He's putting up big numbers. But if something were to happen,
the next one, interesting one, Tino, breaking even at 127, not playing big minutes. The Titans look pretty ordinary. I think you just jump off while you can.
Yeah, I agree.
You're not an owner?
Not an owner, but he's decreased in minutes, decreased in points. It's no-brainer.
That's it. Get rid of him before he loses money. Now, an interesting one, and I know one you've been tackling with this week, Kale Iro.
Yeah.
123 break-even. His work rate and base stats are still rock solid.
Yeah.
She just hasn't got any good ball. What are you going to look to do there?
Look, I'm keeping him. He's putting out the points of a mid-ranger. But in saying that, both games he's played and he's got the points from, he hasn't scored a single try. So, I mean, the upside of him scoring tries, the points are just going to increase.
The upside is there, isn't it?
Yeah. He's got a good couple of weeks coming up. I don't specifically remember who he's got coming up.
the matchup this weekend, Jake Everillo
Yeah.
at the Dolphins.
Yeah, see,
Which is the side you want to go at.
exactly. It's going to be a good week. I'm holding him. I've tackled it all week. I've thought about it. What should I do? Trade him out, get someone cheaper that's going to make cash, or just ride with Kaeliro. And I think I'm just going to ride.
I think he's a good hold.
Yeah.
And the last one we'll touch on, Sam Walker, 110 break even. They have the Panthers this week, into Manly, into the bye. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm trading him out.
You're trading him out?
I'm trading him out. I'm trading him out for Adam Dewey.
You were so high on Sam Walker after that trial.
I know, after the trial.
It's his team. Cherry Evans knows his role.
Yeah.
And now it's just flipped.
Nah, you know, he made look, Sam Walker made a couple of mistakes in the first game. Couple of kicking errors. And then after last week's game against the Rabbits, DCE has got his footing, scored a try, try assists. His kicking was on point, honestly, I think.
And Walker, 250s? And I had a look, without the goal kicking, I think his base was like 30.
Yeah,
it's pretty miserable.
It's someone I was hoping to ride the whole season and just watch his value rise, but sadly didn't come.
I imagine you'll get him back at some point.
It's always on the cards.
All right, your trade and captaincy options this week. What are you going with?
Yeah, so after so I've already mentioned I've got Sam Walker out for Adam Dewey. I liked Adam Dewey, watching him in the game, put out some good numbers. We'll just see how he goes. He's got another 2 games until his price decrease, rise. See what happens there. So I'm happy. Sam Walker to Adam Dewey might be a bit of a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. I've then traded Jake Simpkin out after his I don't know, I wouldn't say poor efforts, but just mediocre effort.
Yeah, exactly.
Mediocre effort. Didn't get the minutes I was expecting. Went missing for half the game on the weekend. No idea where he was. And he's actually not going to make money. He's not going to lose money. He's
just a plotter.
Traded him out for
Harry Grant.
Harry Grant. I've traded him out for Harry Grant.
I think the must-have dummy half.
Monster. Yeah. Look, the whole time I was playing my team, didn't have him in a single one of my drafts. Single one. I saw him. I'm like, far out. I've got to get him in my team, and just like that, I've been able to squeeze him in easily. And then I've actually also boosted as well. I've got rid of Nuffle White, traded Nuffle White out, another rooster I was pretty big on. Sadly, points aren't there. And I brought in Finifuiaki just based on his price rise, which looks expected.
Yeah, he's negative 42 break even, so with a score of 67, he'll make 88k. So 100k.
Yeah, exactly. And he's putting out good points.
Back-to-back tries.
Yeah, he's putting out the same points that Nuffle White would be. So it's all right.
Very nice. So I think I'm looking at. I started with Miles Martin as enough, just swapping him for his brother.
I thought that was a mistake.
No, it was meant to be enough. And then, because I didn't want to pick like another plotter and like a Cooper Buy or anyone.
I was just like, this guy's picked the wrong button.
So I was like, it's enough. So swapping the brothers, and then I'm going Kinney to Farlongo.
Yep.
Kinney putting up good base stats and will make money, but just not on the level of Farlongo at the moment.
Yeah.
And then the third trade, which I'm still umming and ahhing about, is Isaiah Yeo to Ryan Couchman.
Yeah, okay.
Which would leave me with $500,000 in the salary cap. And it just makes me feel sick to pick a Dragons bench forward to replace a 4-time premiership winning starting lock. Like, in my head, it just goes, he can't keep playing 60 minutes off the bench. And
the thing is with Yeo is that he's proven that he's had his time in SuperCoach. Like, he's been a must-have before in years around. It's just and for them to come out, the Panthers come out and say like, oh yeah, he's no longer an 80-minute player. You start to question. Like Ryan Couchman in round 1, he had a PPM of 1.18, and last week just under 1. Yeah, against the Storm. Yeah, and I was like, it defies logic. But I'm just going to do it because I free up $500,000 next week. I can buy essentially anyone I want. And Ryan Couchman's going to make money, obviously. Yeah. I've got a bit of money banked from my trades as well. Currently monitoring the Nathan Cleary situation. Seeing how he goes. See if Nico Hines makes a couple of dollars.
and then go from there.
and go from there.
There's plenty of cash going around this time.
Exactly.
Too many cheapies.
Yeah.
Too. Like, you look at the most owned players, and everyone's got like similar.
Everyone's got the same cheapies.
Yeah.
Like, it's not many.
In
Like,
our
you might.
head-to-head matchup, I think we had 5 unique players.
Exactly. It's gonna be interesting.
All right, VC and captain.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stick with my captain, Payne Haas. I've kept him for the past 2 rounds. Went excellent for me last week with that try. Far out, I was cheering when he went over. And then I think I'm gonna VC Nico Hines.
Very nice. Now I'm looking at my VC will either be Nathan Cleary, 6 o'clock on Friday against the Roosters. They could put a pumping on them. Or with the goal kicking now, Reece Walsh could be my vice captain. But my captain this week, I'm locking it in now. It's staying. Latrell Mitchell against the Tigers.
Latrell Mitchell, either he marks up against Jarrell Skelton, can't defend, or he's up against Taruva, can defend, and I think he's only 5'9". Latrell will steamroll, and I just think especially after last week against the Roosters, Cody will be pissed they didn't get the result. Yeah.
And then you got Dave Fafita, you got obviously Latrell. Even if he's not scoring tries, he's setting them up for AJ. Try assist, line break assist, 20 points with the goal kicking. I think they could put a score on the Tigers. I love them, but it could be a thrashing. So I'm locking in Latrell as my pod captain.
You know what? It's definitely pod.
It is
But
pod.
you know, he's put up points in the past 2 rounds where you're like, he is a captain option.
Like, it is serious pod.
And especially against Tigers on the weekend.
Yeah, like, I know we won by, 20 odd, but it was against a pretty lousy Cowboys team.
Yeah.
So I think if the Tigers don't show up, I think Latrell could easily get 30, 40 points in goal kicking alone.
Yeah.
And let's be real, he's going to score at least a try.
You know what? Harry warned me about this. He had a random captain, and you know what? I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
All right, well, thanks for coming in, mate. And for the listeners, be sure to tune in next week. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Catch ya.